This module will cover our SAISD curriculum development process. We began with a survey to teachers in February of 2019, in which we asked teachers how well the current curriculum resources supported them. As you can see, there was an alarming percentage of teachers reporting that their current curriculum resources did not support them very well. Additionally, we asked participants what they would want to have in a curriculum. On the right-hand side, you can see the top 10 asks of teachers. The Office of Academics then set out to determine what research and supporting organizations would help us with designing a systems approach to curriculum. One example is the Supporting Excellence Framework offered by the Council of Great City Schools, and another is the curriculum development process outlined in Rigorous Curriculum Design by Larry Ainsworth. These types of publications were used to develop our own curriculum development process, which also led to the design of our curriculum resources. A critical component of our curriculum development process was to include teachers in every step of the way. Here, you can see teachers who were invited in to participate with us as we began to write the curriculum. Our curriculum development process is outlined as follows. We start by identifying priority standards. We then move to naming units of studies, assigning priority and ancillary standards to each unit, and preparing the pacing for which teachers will move through the units, all contained in a scope and sequence, which can be viewed in our year-at-a-glance documents. Finally, we construct unit guides that provide specificity and help a teacher understand what supports they have available to actually write lessons. As you can see here, the task of providing instruction with our standards can be overwhelming to a teacher without some guidance at a local level to help them navigate, know where to start, know what's most important, and to be able to move through it in a coherent manner. Our goal in identifying priority standards is to make sure that we've identified the most essential standards. And as you can see here, we'd like for our teachers to work smarter, not harder, in making sure that their instruction connects to the most important learning for students. Our SAISD priority standards are a subset of the standards, approximately 1/3 for each course, and they represent the non-negotiable floor that all students should have access to and know deeply to be prepared for the next level of learning. Our process for identifying priority standards is called CARE. The C stands for CCMR, in which we look at what are our expectations for students as they graduate from a pre-K-12 system, and are they going to be ready for the next level? The A stands for articulation, as in vertical articulation, as we look at learning progressions from course to course. The R stands for real world, in which we look for those standards that have transferability, can be leveraged, are essential in post-secondary success and in life. And finally, the E stands for evidence. This targets those high-stakes assessments in which students have to show evidence of learning. This could be the STAR test, the SAT, the ACT, the PSAT, or the TSI. Our priority standards are used to drive the development of the scope and sequence of each curriculum for every course. They are strategically placed and spiraled so that students have the opportunity to learn each of these standards very deeply. We use our priority standards to guide our development of blueprints for common assessments and to help focus that professional learning network conversation. Once we have our priority standards, we then organize them into a scope and sequence. Our scope and sequence can be found in our year-at-a-glance document. Some of the criteria we use to develop our scope and sequence is which priority standards should be introduced as early as possible. How can we spread them out so there's not too many priority standards in each unit? How can we make sure that the titles of the units really target the deep learning that needs to happen as a result of the priority standards placed in that unit? And where can we spiral each priority standard so that we can ensure there's an opportunity for students to build on initial learning through applying their learning in novel situations and in different contexts. Our units of study are contained within control panels. You can see this is one-stop shopping for teachers, where they have for each unit their overview, big ideas, essential questions. They also have standards that belong to that unit. And additionally, they have supports for developing instruction, which include assessment, instruction, differentiation, and additional resources. Remember that survey that we sent out to teachers? We made sure that the top 10 asks from teachers were represented right here on their unit guide. The work of curriculum is never finished. We continually review our curriculum and update our guides to ensure that they meet the needs of our teachers and provide specific supports for the changing needs of our students. Thank you very much.